Hey, what's up, footy fans? It's the one and only Mark Spencer. We're back here once again for some transfer rumors. Transfers are up and coming. There's some talk. There's some players been on the move. You've seen the transfers swap deal for last week of Arsenal legend, young big star Alexis Sanchez for Metatardi. Oh man, his name's so hard to pronounce. Metatardi. Was it Albania? Or is it, yeah, I think Albania. It's a great move. I think for you look at Arsenal, they needed to get rid of Alexis Sanchez eventually. They were going to resign him. They get something for him. They get some money, and they get Mkhitaryan, who's a real talent. His best years when he played for Borussia Dortmund. And I think at the end of the day, it's a pretty good move. Well, here's some big news from the Daily Mail. Real Madrid are planning a £500 million summer raid on the Premier League with Harry Kane, Eden Hazard, and David De Gea all in their sights. We'll see. I doubt that will happen. I think the FIFA Fair Play might intervene on those moves. They might have to sell some players like Cristiano Ronaldo. Just a lot of players they have, a lot of talent. They would have to sell them off to have a chance to at least bring two of those players there. Probably David De Gea and Harry Kane. So that's what I'm saying. Celtic are closing in on an 18-month loan for Chelsea playmaker Charlie Musonda. So I guess Charlie Musonda is one of those Chelsea great young talents coming up. It's going to take him a few years to make the big club, so I think this would be a good move for Celtic and a good move for Chelsea. You know, one of their young players got a chance to play on one of the biggest teams in all of Scotland. So this is going to be a pretty good move. Tottenham are facing a fight to keep hold of their manager, Mauricio Pochettino, after Real Madrid made an intentional contact with his representatives. So maybe this summer they maybe let go of Zinedine Zidane. We'll see. I don't know if Zidane's going anywhere, but we'll see. Pochettino is a great manager. He's done amazing in the Premier League. I think he loves managing at Tottenham. He loves managing the Premier League. I don't think he really wants to leave, but if Real Madrid comes calling, you can't turn them down. In other news, Alan Pardew says Solomon Rondon is not for sale despite the interest from Chelsea. David Moyes of West Ham says he is targeting durable players in the transfer window. He has too many players that are currently injured, according to the Daily Mail. Well, the Sun, Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham have agreed to terms with PSG winger Lucas Moura. Moura is one of the top midfielders, wing players in the world. He's been coming off the bench for the talented PSG team loaded with young superstars. And I think this is going to be a good deal for Tottenham. Moura is a real talent. It's going to be a £25 million transfer deal. I think that's a good deal for Tottenham Hotspur. It's a good deal for PSG. They get a few more dollars. They can go maybe sign a few more players or maybe, sell a few more players. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to be very busy. And a name I've been hearing for months, Julian Drexler could be on the move. They have a few other players that they might want to get rid of. So we'll see what they do. Verratti is another name I've been hearing for years. I've been hearing Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Lazio, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia. There's lots of teams around the world. Besiktas, there's some teams out in Turkey that want him. Premier League, absolutely. West Ham United, I've always wanted that guy. I see Chelsea, Conte, their connection from the national team days. So, a guy like Verratti would be a great fit in the Premier League, but even a better fit in the Serie A, especially for a team like Juve that want to win again. And you have a team like Napoli that could go get him if they wanted to. They have lots of money after selling Higuain. They're selling off so much of their great talent over the years. You know, it is what it is. I could see them making a move. Okay, Arsenal will have to increase their offer to £25 million if they want to sign Johnny Evans from West Bromwich Albion in January. Will they increase it? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll give him £22 million. That's still a lot of money for West Brom. I mean, Johnny Evans is still a top-notch defender, one of the better left backs in the world. I could see that deal going through. West Ham are interested in signing Troy Deeney of Watford. So, Troy Deeney is a good player. If the deal for Daniel Sturridge falls through, basically they're trying to get Daniel Sturridge from Liverpool, although they'll face competition from Stoke, Brighton for the Watford striker. So I think Troy Deeney might end up with Stoke. It might sound crazy, Stoke have really fallen. They got a new manager. They fired Mark Hughes. It's too bad, Mark Hughes is one of the great managers in the history of the Premier League. Never mind, he was one of the great players ever in his days playing for Sir Alex Ferguson and those great Manchester United teams in the 80s and 90s. So it sucks, One of the true great people in the game, one of the great teachers, it's one of the great people of football. Someone that knows the game, loves the game. I tell you right now, he won't be out of a job much longer. I tell you that. I could see Mark Hughes being the next manager of Tottenham Hotspur if Pochettino goes to Real Madrid. I could see it, because he's still one of the top echelon managers in all of football and around the world. So, as far as I'm concerned, I've done some research, and I think Mark Hughes would be a good fit there. We'll just have to see what happens. Another news from the Sun: Juventus want to sign Matteo Dermin on loan obligation from Manchester United. I think they'll probably get him this summer. I think Jose Mourinho is willing to let the young Italian leave. Matteo hasn't done too well in the Premier League, but he's done pretty good for Manchester United. He's really helped out their defense. How bad their defense was for a while. I think this is going to be a good move for this team going forward. I think Juve needs to make their move now. Manchester United have just acquired Sanchez, and they've been winning games. They've been finally scoring goals. Once they get their injured guys back, and the big guy, of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Once they get him in the lineup, I think they'll go past Manchester City. I think not even Arsenal, Chelsea, none of those teams, not even Liverpool or whoever's coming up, West Ham, any of those teams will be able to catch up to Manchester United. Once there's a lot of time, Ibrahimovic suits up.